Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, 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 coke, drip, snort, snort, I got the drip go. Snort, 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 coke, drip, snort, snort, I got the drip go. Damn, I got the drip go. I got the tips go.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Level 1 podcast. We're busy. We're busy having fun down here on Level 1. Oops. My gums are flapping, but no words are coming out. The color is completely off today. Like, everything is off today, right? Like, seriously. And there's a good reason for that I'm about to explain. Welcome to the show, everyone. Today is November 29, 2022. It's the final streaming day of the month for me. It's the final consecutive streaming day of the week for me. Okay? And it's a pretty crazy day because, ladies and gentlemen, it's a snow day here in Washington State, which no one was expecting at all. It's pretty insane how much snow we're getting right now as a freak thing in November. Just to give you guys some perspective. In Washington State, most of the time where I live, which is the Seattle area, it's known as a moderate climate place. What that means is we usually don't get the extremes. If we're going to get weather, it's usually in the middle, meaning it's like moderate temperatures, rain, that kind of stuff. Snow, if we get snow anytime during, the fall into winter season, it's usually on the later side, meaning around Christmas or later usually, typically in January, February is when we would have it. If we do have snow, typically it's a dusting. Seriously, like flurries that'll stick for 5 seconds and they melt right away. So last night, I was just, checking the news and the weather, and it did mention, hey, there will be a little bit of snow tomorrow, but don't worry, the only places that are going to get any kind of accumulation are going to be like the hilly, mountainous regions far north from where the Seattle area is. That's not going to be a big deal. And basically, here we would have some dusting, like some nice flurries, which would be nice for the season, but it wasn't supposed to be until the afternoon time, like 1-2 p.m., and it was only supposed to last maybe 2-3 hours, and it wasn't supposed to stick or anything because it was supposed to just be flurries, okay? So my wife had to go to work this morning and open the business, and so, thinking no big deal, I'm sleeping, she gets up early to get ready for work, and I didn't get a good sleep last night, I'll be honest. I haven't been getting a good sleep because my back hurts. Like I told you guys, I hurt my upper back. So at night, I'm having a hard time finding a nice position to kind of like pass out and not hurt myself in my sleep. So I'm in that situation, and I didn't get a great sleep or anything. And I was unconscious, and I hear Kat downstairs. She's probably supposed to leave. And I hear her say, "Oh, shit. Now what?" I was like, uh-oh. So she comes back upstairs and she says, "Honey, can you wake up? I got to talk to you." I was like, uh-oh, what's going on? She goes, "It is snowing pretty bad outside. And it doesn't make sense because we're supposed to happen." I was like, what? Now, I'm serious. Like, I'm like, she's exaggerating. She is. She must be like, maybe there's a flurry outside and she's a little nervous. I open the window. It's coming down heavy. Like, heavy-ass snow. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how is it these weather people are always completely wrong? Like, it never fails. How could they say it was going to be just light flurries starting at 1 to 2 p.m.? It's like 8:30 in the morning, and it's heavy-ass snow coming down. Accumulating, by the way, because she says it literally just started 15 minutes ago, and there was already an inch on the ground. Okay? So I'm like, oh, boy. So here's the thing. She works about a half an hour away, roughly. Okay? And it's not a huge deal. But at the very same time, number one, there's really three factors that come into play when it comes to snow here where I live. Factor number one is that people here are not used to driving in snow because we get it so rarely that they're just not good at it. I'm going to tell you a story about in a moment, you're going to get a laugh out of it, okay, how bad these people are in snow. So because of that, I know for a fact that every asshole out there who driving is going to be causing problems. They're not going to know what the hell to do because they're idiots. Okay, that's number one. Number two, we live on the top of a very large like hill / almost like a little bit of a mountain. It's not super high, but it's elevated. You know, most people, when they're driving away from here, they're going down into what's called the valley. And you go down to the valley, that's where a lot of shopping and stuff is. But we're way high up. Well, way high up, it's colder air and colder ground, which means more accumulates here than if you drive away. So actually this area will have more problems with snow, especially because they do not plow side streets here. I'll repeat that. They do not plow or clean side streets here. They only have budget to clean the major roads. So if you live on a side street, you're screwed. You got to drive through a bunch of snow if it's accumulating, okay? And then the third factor is that my wife works at a place where it's outdoor parking. And since we had no idea how much it was going to snow because the weather people are obviously wrong, I was thinking, I don't want my wife to be having park outside. And imagine her working all day, getting out, you know, in like 7-8 hours, and then the car's completely encased in snow, and now she has to like break it out. You know what I mean? There's a car backing up outside, beeping. So anyway, with all these factors considered, my wife says, could you drive me to work today? And I was like, ugh. Well, I really don't feel good because my back's fucked up. But give me a second. So I got out of bed, I stretched a little bit, and then I tossed on my jeans, which I'm wearing jeans today, and socks. Look, socks and jeans twice in 1 week. This is a record. Not once ever in the history of me making content have I been in jeans and socks twice in 1 week on camera here on DSP Gaming. It's never happened. It's never happened. It is a record-breaking week here. I hope you guys appreciate the momentous occasion here, okay? It's very exciting. Anyway, so I slapped all the clothes on, like, all right, let's do it. So we jump in the car, and just as I thought, around here where we live, the roads are bad. Like, it's accumulating 1-2 inches. Just as we're driving, it's coming down heavy. So we got at least 2 inches coming down just as we're driving. But as soon as I got down the hill, down to the valley area, that's where the ground is a lot more warm, and that's where a lot of businesses are. So that's where there was a lot more traffic, and there the roads were pretty much perfect, okay? But then when I got to the shopping center where my wife works, the whole lot was slush and disgusting. So I was like, I guarantee you they're probably not going to plow this today. So I dropped her off, and I told her, well, the thing is she gets out around 4 p.m., and I told her, listen, I got to stream, you know. I got to do my stream today. So I told her what I'll try to do is start gameplay a little bit on the earlier side. So this podcast I'm doing right now will be a shorter podcast, and we're actually going to jump into gameplay a little bit earlier than usual, probably by about 20, 30 minutes, you know. But I told her what I'll try to do is end my stream a little bit on the earlier side, like maybe between 3:30, 4 p.m., and then get on the road between like 3:45, 4 p.m., so that I can pick her up, you know, between maybe 4:30. But again, this is going to depend on what happens with the weather today, because as of right now, it is still snowing, and it's alternating between heavy and flurry. It's still accumulating outside right now. That from what I can see, I think we're probably about 2.5 to 3 inches right here where I am, but you don't know how it is elsewhere. You know, it could be worse down there, it could be better. I'm assuming it's better. Like I said, since people are driving on that constantly, usually means it's going to be better down there than worse. So there you go. So, you know, today, yes, this podcast will be a shorter show. Usually I run to like 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. Today we're going to end it on the earlier side. Maybe we'll go to around noonish, maybe just a slightly bit longer, but we're going to try to jump into gameplay earlier. I still want to get around 3 hours of gameplay in for Pokemon Scarlet today, because we're in a good part of Pokemon Scarlet. We're about to do some stuff for the first time in the game that I'm really excited for, okay? So, excuse me, no worries there. We're still having our regularly scheduled stream here. Nothing, you know, nothing screwed up there. So anyway, so it's funny because people, like, literally this morning I turned on the stream. Well, I was turning on the stream and someone in the chat says, it's only 2 inches where you are. That's no big deal. But, you know, what's wrong with you? And I laugh because the person's an idiot. They don't understand it's not It's not the amount of precipitation you get, it's how the populace is able to handle it. So, I come from Connecticut, all right? I'm used to driving in snow. I used to drive in snow all the time. I was driving in a foot of snow to and from work on a regular basis back in the day. So I know how to do it, okay? Most people out here do not. Most people out here are complete idiots. To give you an example, I drop Kat off, I'm leaving the shopping center, and of course I'm driving slow because there's slush all over the road or whatever, and I hear a sound, and I look behind me, a guy had pulled out of the shopping center, flooring it like they probably usually do because they're a fucking idiot, and immediately in the street, 1 to 2 inches of snow, they are fishtailing wildly back and forth like this, completely lost control of their car. In 1 inch of snow. The person is a complete fucking idiot. But that's what I mean. Everyone out here is like that. They don't know how to handle it. They're complete morons. So they drive like idiots in this weather. Some of them drive way too fast. Some of them think, oh, I have 4-wheel drive, so I can just fucking plow right through it. But they're driving giant fucking SUVs that can easily slide and flip. They're just idiotic, you know? So, you know, it's just hilarious to me that, you know, where I came from, this is like, this would be a joke. People would laugh at you if you said, I don't know how to drive in this. You think this is a big deal, you know? But that's how it is out here. So anyway, I dropped off my wife. I came home, and I was like, whew, well, let me get my coffee. Let me have my breakfast and everything. So now I feel a little weird, like I'm thrown out of whack because I was a little early. Obviously, I had the adrenaline pumping through my body, you know, to drive and everything, which wasn't normally on the schedule for me. Usually I have a slow wake up. Today was like, whoa, got to get going. Got to like totally jump and everything. So, you know, it is what it is, but I'm ready to go. I'm raring to go. And like I said, we will have to stop gameplay probably a little bit on the earlier side, maybe between 3:30, 3:45, rather than go to 4 like I usually do. Try to get uploading as quick as I can, go pick her up, get home, and then we got to cook, eat, and then I got to freaking shave and shower and everything all before the first stream. So it's going to be a very hectic day for me, going all over the place. Now, it is still snowing. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that during the day, this snow will stop. And hopefully start to melt a little bit. Because like I said, actually, the biggest risk is here. Not down there where my wife works, but here, because up here, the ground's colder. It accumulates more here. And they don't plow these streets around here. So I got to hope for the best. And I hope that it doesn't keep going, you know. In fact, right now, I'm just curious because I haven't looked in about 30 minutes. Oh, yeah. It's about 2 inches right here, I would say. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'd say about 2 inches right now, and it has lightened. Like, it's not coming down heavy right now. It's actually a flurry, but it was very heavy just a few minutes ago. Like I said, it's going on and off. So it's funny because Jasper's going crazy. Jasper is not used to snow. We don't usually. So, oh, for the record, we almost never get snow here, and when we do, it's late. It's usually like around Christmas time or January, February. We almost never. I don't remember once getting snow this early. Not once. So this is such an anomaly, and Jasper's blown away. He is running all over the house. He's going from window to window, looking out each window at the snow in each direction. He's like, whoa, whoa, like excited because he's not used to it. He's wondering what it is. So, yeah. But anyway, Jasper, by the way, is allowed in here today. The door's open. If he wants to come in and chill with us, he can. He was in here before, but then when I started the podcast, he took off. So I don't know if he'll be back or not. I guess we'll see. But I'm excited for today's stream. So we got that out of the way. The snow is out of the way. All right. What else is going on? Well, the good news here, folks. I got the drip go. 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 Can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear. Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.